Hi everybody, it's Strawberry, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a K-pop journal spread for my 3-year ARMYversary. So my ARMYversary was actually back in May, but like I said, I've been like kind of behind on spreads and stuff like that. But of course, I still had to document this, and you know what better way to celebrate it than getting a BTS tattoo? So yeah, I gotta love yourself flower because I've been wanting it for forever. It's actually my first tattoo. I have lots of other BTS tattoos and otherwise that I want. So yeah, I just think that really shows that this Bangtan Sonyeondan shit is it's really for life, you know? Um, and I feel like I say this every year, but it's crazy that it's been 3 years, but at the same time, it feels like it's been even longer. I guess the crazy part is that like 3 years is a long time, and it's not like crazy that I've been like listening to them or known about them for 3 years. It's crazy that I'm like still going this strong. Like I've never reached a point where I'm like, oh, you know, like I love them so much still. Like I spend a lot of time consuming their content and, you know, stuff like that. And I listen to their music still like every single day. So yeah. Anyways, I kind of showed it at the beginning, but I thought that it would be cool at the end to kind of compare last year's spread to this year's spread. So I wanted to do this ARMY profile again, and obviously my biases are still Tae and Jungkook. I'm not like throwing shade or anything, but I just don't understand people that switch their biases so much. Like like maybe I'm just like too loyal, but I can't see my biases ever changing. Like they have had me in like a death grip since like day one, and it's never changed, honestly. So I also was gonna do favorite song, which this one is kind of hard because it's hard to pick a favorite BTS song. So this time I kind of went with like my favorite song of this last year, or like a song that I just listened to a lot in the last year, and that was definitely Deceased. Like I was obsessed with this song. It was so hard not to loop it when we were streaming B, and it's so good. However, I still have to say that my favorite album is Love Yourself Tear. I don't know. I just have like a connection to it because it was my first comeback, and also it's just so freaking good. Like it's so good, and I don't think I'll ever get over it. And this time I decided to say that my favorite music video as of recent or within the time frame of my ARMYversary, if that makes sense. So anything that came out after May, I'm not counting because that's when my ARMYversary was. So anyways, I have to say it's the On Kinetic film. It's just so good. I watched it so much. I'm obsessed with the choreo. So I just had to say that for this last year, that was my favorite music video. So I did this little flap for my ARMY profile this time, and then I decided to just use like little ripped paper to kind of make like a title. And last year I just did black and white, and the reason that I did that was because the pictures that I were going to be using were all so different, but I wanted a cohesive color scheme. So I made all the pictures black and white, which I decided to do again this year, but I wanted to add like a little pop of color. So I wanted to use like some purple and stuff this year, you know, because ARMY. So, similar to last year, I did some different milestones up and down the sides of the spread. And last year, I did like things that had happened like within my entire time of being an ARMY. And since I kind of covered those last year, this year I decided to do things that just happened within the last year. So, in like my 3rd year of being an ARMY, which is like kind of you know, I had plenty of things to choose from because so much happened last year. So these are just things that happened like between May of 2020 through like May of 2021. So I did like them being Entertainer of the Year with Time Magazine, their Grammy nomination, them getting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, which obviously has happened like multiple times now, but the very first time was so like iconic. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I was literally at work, like sitting there when the chart posted, and I just started like crying. Like I was so happy, and it was just such a great moment to be there for. And then I also did them being on MTV Unplugged, which is just like such a cool milestone, and they did such a great job. Some of those performances are like some of my favorite. And then I also did their Asian award sweep where they won like all of the major awards last year. So then I'm just doing the writing portion, and I get worried that like sometimes I just end up writing like generic things when I really want to like look back on these and like feel something. So I decided to actually look back on my first ARMYversary spread as well. And it was actually very, very emotional. And I was crying reading it because it's just like, I can't believe that it's come this far. And the last like thing that I wrote, like the last sentence that I wrote on it was, this year was hard, but I honestly don't know where I would be without BTS. They will always have a special place in my heart, and they have given me the most beautiful moments in life. And I just like, I don't remember writing that, but it's just so like, it's true. Like, I'm sorry to be like a sap, but I really love them so much, and I will always love them. Anyways, so here's a comparison from last year. So last year, obviously, my biases were still Jungkook and Taeyang. I put that my favorite song was Blood, Sweat, and Tears. My favorite music video was Fake Love, and my favorite album was still Love Yourself Tear, which obviously, like, those are all still, like, some of my all-time favorites. But this year, I tried to, like, really focus on just this year, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to look back on this and that it's been like an entire year since I wrote that. And yeah, I also wrote in there that I really missed them, and I'm still missing them. Still haven't got to see them. Hopefully we'll get to do that soon. But anyways, so here's a look at the final spread. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for being such a sap, but if you're ARMY, you understand. There's just no other bond like BTS and ARMY, genuinely. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!